Welcome to MXA's First Ride. In front of us is a 2019 and a half KTM 450SXF Factory Edition. I'm Daryl Eklund, the managing editor with Motocross Action Magazine, and we're out here at Palo Raceway for the intro of this bike. Even though the 2019 KTM 450SXF won our shootout, there is still a lot of complaints behind it. The Factory Edition and their updates, it looks like they didn't really address those issues as far as the mapping and the closed-off airbox. However, there are some engine updates that they made that said they might resolve those issues. Those updates are a new Panko connecting rod, a new CP forged box-in-box piston, and an optimized rocker arm. We'll have to get on the track and see if those updates make a big difference. We're gonna have Dennis Stapleton, Josh Mosman, and myself out on the track getting our first impression of this bike. Other updates that you can see are to the suspension. Instead of the AER air forks, they changed the name to Exact Air Forks, spelled X-A-C-T, and also some internal updates have been made. As you find some other additions that are kind of normal on the Factory Edition is the factory start front fork, the orange frame, and an Akrapovic slip-on muffler. Also, there are new updated DID Dirt Star wheels. We hope these last even better, and also hopefully the spokes don't come loose on these. There's a semi-floating front disc brake guard, and an orange rear sprocket. They also have updated triple clamps that look remarkably similar to the X-Trig triple clamps that we have tested in the past. We're gonna get all our testers out there, and we're gonna get an initial impression from you by Dennis Staples himself to kind of go over the changes and the updates to the bike.
What's up, Motocross Action? Dennis Stapleton here. Components inside the motor are supposed to be able to allow this bike to run a little bit more free revving and have a more light throttle feel. Some people were complaining about the mapping and things last year. This was supposed to help that. We will find out as soon as we get our 2019 model head-to-head with the 19 and a half. We had our chief editor, Daryl Eklund, spin some laps on it as he's a little bit on the heavier side. He definitely liked to run the sag a little lower to take some pressure off the forks. And then we had our editor, Josh Mosman. He's out there spinning lots of laps, trying different throttle cams, different suspension settings. As Josh is the young buck, the fast one in the group, he definitely can run the suspension on the little bit stiffer side. Myself being more on the vet side, liking the bike to roll on a little bit more friendly. Today I liked map 1. The dirt's a little heavy out here. It was a little easier for me to get through the turns, had a little bit more torque on the bottom. Didn't rev quite as free on the jump faces, but that was okay with me as I wanted to make my way around the track and more consistent through the deep loam in the turns. The suspension and the chassis feels pretty good on this bike. As these bikes tend to break in a little more, our bike only has 2.2 hours on it. These bikes seem to free up around the 6-hour mark. Next up, we'll definitely be getting this bike down to dyno to see if the improvement from the rod in the piston and the slip-on Akrapovic pipe made a difference on the 19 and a half. Next up would be weight. They did add some parts to this. They have their in-house anodized hubs. They have their new triple clamp that is adjustable from their standard setting at 22 millimeters to 20. You could change this by taking apart the clamps. It's a 27 millimeter wrench. Spin the headset stem, change your offset, depending where you ride and what your comfort settings would be to personalize this bike. The acro pipe is really quiet. Bike seems to track well with it. It had the same gearing as our 19. Like any test the first day of riding, everyone's excited. This bike's shiny, it's new, it's got some bling parts on it. The orange frame makes it pop. Is it better than the 19? We will soon find out as we're gonna put this bike head to head with our 2019. We'll have it dynoed, we'll have it weighed. We'll try the different offset on the triple clamps. We're gonna weigh the pipe to see the difference in the pipe versus stock. For all the updates, check out motocrossactionmag.com or look for a feature article coming soon in Motocross Action Magazine. If you're on the social media bandwagon, definitely check out Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and check out all our upcoming and old videos on YouTube.
Look for a full write-up of the 2019 and a half KTM 450SXF Factory Edition and a feature issue of Motocross Action Magazine. And as always, head to our website at motocrossactionmag.com. We're really bumping up the Supercross news. We got results, we got bike tests, we got everything Supercross, motocross related and testing up there, so check it out. If you missed any of our 2019 bike videos, here's a chance for you to catch up.